October 6, 1967, during the second season of the original Star Trek show, Episode 4 was entitled Mirror, Mirror. Basically, the premise of this episode was where the our favorite characters of the Star Trek universe were swapped during a powerful ion storm. When they were beamed back up, they were actually swapped into an alternate universe where they exchanged places with their evil counterparts that was in this parallel universe. Evil was the rule of the day pretty much in this parallel universe. The people would fight for the ownership of who was going to be captain of the ship. Most of your personnel would walk around armed with sidearms and daggers with standard issue. And like I say, it was just that mirror image of a parallel universe of our favorite characters being in for some time. This episode that we were doing using the Tiny Frontiers revised edition by Alan Barr and Gallant Night Games. Stardate 6666.1, Crack in the Mirror's Edge. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Dragon. Its continuing mission to exploit strange new worlds, to scheme out new life, and destroy new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before and wreak havoc. That is the mission of the Starship Dragon, who is a member of the Federation of Flame. We find ourselves as the Starship Dragon flying through the universe, looking for whatever they look for, and bickering back and forth on the ship, I'm sure, daily. As we start out, before the mission begins, Yang, if you will tell me who you're playing, your character's name, their heritage, what's their job on the starship? What do you really think of the captain of the ship, Captain Crick?
I will be playing Lieutenant Kuru Takeoru. He's a Japanese human from Earth, and he is in the operations division, working as one of the security officers. He's been on the ship for the full voyage, and he thinks that Captain Crick is a bit of a jerk. And he's always looking to overthrow his captain or try to advance as much as possible. He's a ruthless human being.
All right, perfect. We jump over to you, Mike. Tell me about your character, what heritage they are, and what do they think of the captain of the ship, and tell me what they also think of Lieutenant Kuru.
I'm playing Lieutenant Booty Cole. She is a Kalumra engineer. She likes to go bouncing around places, getting into places that other people can't go, and creating as much havoc as she can. She thinks Captain Crick is a prick, but she doesn't mind it too much. I mean, he treats her better than her father did, so that's fine, being one of 12 children. She's used to not having that much attention given to her, and whatever attention she did get wasn't that good. She enjoys being around Lieutenant Kuro and chit-chatting with him, and just likes to pick his brain as far as him complaining about Crick. And well, always whenever someone wants to complain, she'll add a little more gas to the fire.
Perfect. We'll jump over to the last crew member who will be mainly involved in this mission. Daniel, tell me about your character, their heritage. What do they think of the captain? What do they think of Lieutenant Kuru and Lieutenant Booty?
I'm playing Hal E. She's a hologram science officer. She likes to flaunt that she's a woman, although she's actually an AI and a big silver ball, because they didn't want any females on the bridge So she took a male form for a while, killed the previous science officer in a fair duel, and now is the science officer. She doesn't care much for Crick, as she plans on taking over the ship eventually, and constantly plugs herself into the system to gain more knowledge. The rest of the crew she's becoming friendly with because obviously she wants them to be on her side when she takes over the ship.
Sounds good. As you three are going about your morning, scheming and doing what you're doing, we cut away from you three for just a moment as we go to the bridge of the Starship Dragon. We see the captain sitting there in his chair. He's way past his prime. He's been on this ship for who knows how long. He's a human male that appears to be in his late 50s with very thinning gray hair. He's wearing a very thin mustache and goatee, but is solid gray. As he's sitting there this morning, he looks over towards one of the assistants that's come in, and he smiles and winks at her and says, "Why don't you come over to my cabin later? I need to take some special notes. I need to give you on something that's in the Starfleet." As he's saying this and winking and talking towards this yeoman, the communications deal beeps in. Beep, beep. We jump over to the communications center where you see a human female, dark skin with very short hair, very beautiful and attractive woman, would probably be in her mid-30s. But this is Lieutenant Sahara. She answers the communications and, Captain, this is coming in from one of the Starfleet is coming from one of the Starfleet mining vessels. Put them on. This is a Flump 274 to Starship Dragon. We have went to the planet of Destitute 724. They refused to let us allow pickup of the crystals on time. We've been making pickup every month as scheduled, and this time they're refusing for us to make any pickup. Can you please respond to the planet and send down a elimination team? A negotiation team to secure the crystals for us. We have no security or personnel or weapons on this vessel. The captain pushes the mute button for just a minute as he looks towards his second in command, who is standing there in a blue uniform, very dark hair, with these pointed ears and a very thick mustache goatee. He is known by Mr. Rock because he is a bodybuilder. He works out every day and is one of the most muscled up men on the ship. As the captain has the button muted and looks towards Mr. Rock, he goes, "I guess go get with Lieutenant Kuru and make sure all the weapons are charged and things. I guess we're going to have to take another one of these colonies out. Only 3 light years to go before retirement. Oh, I'm tired of doing this." He unmutes the button. This is Captain Crick of the Starship Dragon. Flump 274. Messages received. We are en route at warp speed 11.7 to the planet of Destitute 724. We will take care of the the negotiations there and inform you shortly. We go down to the command and control in front of the captain there as we look at another human male sitting there with this very thick hair that is like a bowl cut. His name is Mr. Deckoff. He turns and looks towards the captain, and the captain gives him the coordinates as he punches in to warp 11.1. Lieutenant Kuru, we jump back to you as the second in command of the ship. Mr. Rock is coming. You see him coming down one of the hallway decks towards you.
Mr. Rock, what can I do for you?
Well, I've got to get to the gym. My muscles are getting a little bit lax on me. I got to buff myself back up. But the captain sent me down here to tell you that we're going to some little pissant mining planet, and make sure you get all the weapons charged up. It's going to be one of those elimination.
Oh my!
You think you can handle it, or do you want me to come down there and help you after I leave the gym? He's, flexing up.
Well, I believe I have this all handled, Mr. Rock. I'll be ready to depart as soon as you give the orders.
Yeah, okay. He just brushes on past you as he's headed down to the gym to buff his muscles up.
Yeah,
Lieutenant Kuru. Yeah, go ahead.
Kuru returns to his quarters and grabs his stuff and prepares to depart.
As you're doing that, where are you at this moment, Lieutenant Booty? What would you be doing in mid-morning on the ship?
Crawling around engineering right now. If not avoiding work, taking a nap probably in one of the tubes. And just keeping an ear for things in case I actually do have to look like I'm being busy.
Yeah, as you're taking a nap in one of the tubes there in engineering, one of your assistants comes up there and wakes you up and says, Lieutenant, I'm sorry, but the captain's trying to get hold of you. You need to contact the captain.
Okay, I'll contact. I need to contact the captain. Oh, the captain's trying to contact me?
Yeah. He said
okay, I'll do it. And then she rolls over and tries to fold her ears over top of her ear holes so that she can quiet the place down a bit more.
Do you signal the captain immediately, or?
Oh, no.
Okay. We go to you, Hallie, the AI, the hologram. What would you be doing in mid-morning?
So Hallie is, up on her screen, you see all these science charts about navigation and propulsion and whatnot. But what's actually going on in the background that you're not seeing is she's trying to calculate how she can reduce the amount of oxygen in the captain's sleeping quarters a little bit each day until he eventually dies in his sleep.
Yeah, as you're contemplating and working on this, you hear the beeping of communications there standing in you. As you see the button that is flashing, it's like a premonition. The captain is calling you.
I quickly turn off what I was working on and press the button and say, "Captain, good morning."
Good morning. It's Hallie, right? Or Holly? But anyway, that doesn't matter. I'm the captain. I can call you whatever. But anyway, I need you to get preparations, get together. You'll probably need you'll probably just need one first aid kit. I don't really expect the red shirt's not going to come back anyway. But get your gear together and meet a landing team here down at the transporter room in about 45 minutes. I have a mission for you to go on.
Will do, Captain. And then
You don't even hear a reply. You just see the communication deal flash off as he's disconnected with you.
Okay, I go back to figure out how to kill the captain for 35 minutes, then pick up my rifle and leave.
During this 35 minutes, we jump back to you, Lieutenant Booty, as maybe you have forgot to check in with the captain. Have you decided to finally check in with him, or what would you wish to do?
Yes, as the activities of the day pick up around her in engineering, she finally going to get any more rest if she can. She'll crawl out of one of the tubes and actually check in with him. Say, yes, Captain. You wanted me, Captain.
Yeah, when he finally answers, it takes him a few moments, and he goes, Lieutenant Booty, what did I'm trying to remember what I wanted. Have you got the engines working where we can get to warp 13? This 11.1 is, it's pretty slow.
With warp 13, I don't think we can go warp 13. I mean, I'd have to look at it. That would take some time. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I'd have to say, how fast do you want to go?
Well, if you quit sleeping in the tubes, I've been watching you here all morning, but if you quit sleeping in the tubes and maybe get some work done, you know, there are some people vying for the chief engineer spot. I mean, I'd hate for one of those tubes to kind of deport you out into space one morning.
Oh, I was focusing. I was it's one of the junction boxes seemed to have a problem, and I was trying to listen very carefully and close my eyes to hear what exactly was going on in the junction box. So I'm sorry, that was much more important than your call at the time. I mean, I think nothing but the well-being of the ship.
Well, you know, that's an excellent answer. I'm gonna let you slide this morning because we've got other things going on. We're headed to that mining planet, Destitute 724. I'm gonna need you to go down with the away team that's going down. I don't know, something about one of our cargo vessels called in and said they can't make pickup of the Denzigal crystals. Probably nothing to it, but if you'll go down and see what you can do, I'm busy up here on the deck. You know, I've got a busy morning ahead.
So we got to get Denzical, what was that you said?
Well, no, well, you just need to go down there and make sure that the mining, I mean, correction, the cargo vessel can make pickup. I mean, use whatever force or I'm sending Kuru and a red shirt team with me. You know, they'll take care of anything that needs to be done like that.
Oh, Kuro's handling things.
Yeah, but you're going. So be in the transporter room. Well, you should have been there 10 minutes ago. So let's go. You need to go now.
Oh, I'm on my way, sir. On my way. And she goes running off.
As you two are making and preparing and getting your way to the transporter room, we jump back to you, Lieutenant Kuru. Tell me about, you've got 3 of your finest red shirts that are going with you that are...
Could you repeat that again?
Yeah, you're headed down to the transporter room, and you pick out 3 of your finest red shirt team members to go with you.
Okay. All right.
Is there anything else you want to do before you meet the rest of them at the transporter room?
No, nothing else. He pulls up his pants real tight and runs his hand flat against his forehead, flattening his hair against it, and he says, "I am ready to go," and he walks down to the transport room.
All right, perfect. As each of you go into the transporter room, you notice a very short, portly human male standing there with his got very thinning hair himself, much like the captain, and it looks like he hasn't shaved in 4 or 5 days. He's got a 4 or 5 day growth of beard coming across, and he looks at you and he goes, "Well, I guess I'm here to beam you down since I lost the chief engineer job not long ago." He looks towards you, Lieutenant Booty, and gives you just a go-to-hell look as he says that, but I guess the captain will find a good replacement one day. I don't know if anybody ever be good as me. I guess I shouldn't have drank so much scotch, and got caught. You would know this as Mr. Potty, who used to be the chief engineer officer, but he's been knocked down to nothing more than pushing the buttons on the transporter now.
Potty.
Oh, cheer up, Mr. Potty. You would have to take these things with great stride. I'm sure you will get back to your post sometime. And then he looks at him and winks.
The only thing I want to get back to is one of the star bases and get some more of his scotch.
Well, save some for all of us when we do return. And I do mean that we will return. Won't we?
You always do, because it seems like you let your phaser do the talking.
Oh, my. And he looks down at his phaser and nods at Mr. Potty.
Well, anyway, get yourselves up there so I can push the buttons. You know, I don't want to be here all day. as you three and your three red shirt team members, six of you, a team of six going down, the only briefing you was giving was something about one of the Federation's cargo vessels went to make pickup of what's called Denzigale crystals, which are used and have been mined on this planet for some time. And the Federation of Flame have acquired these crystals that they extort from the planet that you're going to for many years now. And there's never been any problems, of course, because if negotiations don't work, extermination usually does. But for some reason, something has come up with pickup this month of the crystals. So your mission is to go down and find out what has brought the crack into the edge of this mirror. As you beam down, you six beam down to the planet, the mining planet of Destitute 724. You six beam down into the room there, and you see a very old human standing there, very frail as he's holding a cane. And he goes, "Please, I'll talk to you first. Please don't do anything that drastic. There's just things going on you don't know about."
Tony?
Yep.
Would I know that these crystals are valuable?
Yes, you would. They are very valuable crystals and can be used for several various resources.
Okay. All right. That's one.
Yep, all of you would know that. You would know that these crystals, this is one of the few planets that these crystals are found on.
Okay. Okay. So we see this guy, and I'm going to walk up to him and say, "Why are the crystals not being delivered?"
Please, you don't have to yell at me. I still have my hearing.
Lieutenant Kuro pulls out his pistol and points at him.
He goes,
"Why are the crystals not being delivered?"
I'm trying to answer you. Please don't pull that trigger on that phaser. Do you have it set to stun?
That was 2. Let's see if on the 3rd time you answer. Why are the crystals not being delivered?
Upon wrong answer, I will blow your arms off.
Oh, it's not set to stun. There's been an uprising in the mines. There's nothing I can do to stop it. There's been an uprising, and some of the workers have taken the mines over, and they're giving the crystals to someone else.
Tell us who you have been giving the crystals to.
No, it's not me. I'm still on the Federation side. It's some of the mine workers that have taken over. There's nothing I can do to stop them.
I want to take his teeth. Just let me open up your mouth. Just say just a little bit. Just one tooth. Just one tooth. Please, just one tooth.
You see him stumble back on his cane as he trips and almost falls into a table. He says, I can show you proof. It's not me. I've always been on the Federation side.
Do you have the schedule of the miners?
Yes, we can get that just a moment. And you've never noticed this female that is sitting over behind him. That she appears to be in her 20s. And you would recognize, Hallie, that this is probably some AI or some hologram itself, but it's appearing as a very attractive young female human. And you see her walk up and bring a disc and hand over to him, and he weakly hands it out towards you, Lieutenant Booty, and goes, This is everything you need.
And you still have teeth. Just say, smile.
I'm going to turn towards the group and say,
Banner.
I suggest when the miners are at work, we seal the mines, suffocate them, and then pull the dead bodies.
Well, we mustn't be too hasty because they are still generating crystals from the mines. But let's check the information that he has given us first.
I'll slide the data disk into the nearest computer bank and try to pull up the information that's on it.
Yeah, and it brings up the past probably 3 weeks of data to show you the discourse of change in the crystals being brought from the mines on the planet up to the main station here. It shows you where the change took place, and none of the crystals have been arriving now for 3 weeks. And you would know that pickup is usually made about every 4 weeks of crystals. But it also shows some video of the miners that are taking some of the large mining trucks and equipment, and they've got like a barricade around the main area of the mine. And it seems like they barricaded themselves in.
I will put the this information all up on screen. Is there a screen there that I can?
Oh yeah, there would be a screen that you could project it up on for everyone to see.
Yeah, I'll put it up there without comment.
I'm going to go to the AI and speak to her. I'm going to say, why was this not reported as soon as the problem started?
I am a secretary. I answer to him. And she points towards the old man.
Kuru turns to the old man and says, "Do you have any more to add to this information? Anything else?"
He steadies himself on the cane. No, there's nothing else I can add. I don't have any red shirts down here to go and do my bullying around to. I mean, my help. So there's nothing I can do. When they took the mine over, I knew that y'all would come and handle it.
When he said that, I knocked the cane out from under his arm.
And as soon as that happens, Kuru pulls the trigger and fires a stun.
Oh, stun.
Roll 2d6, or roll your, or 3d6. I guess it would be if it's your.
2, 4, and 6.
All right, so you got a 6. As you see him being a cane kicked out from under him, as he starts tumbling and falling to the ground. Of course, you're trained with this. This is your job. You're fast enough to hit him, and it stuns him, and he goes unconscious on the ground. The hologram that has been standing there goes, "We need a med team to study room 1.
Mr. Kuru says, "Be glad that I did not kill you. Federation of Flame has no room for the incompetent." And he holsters his pistol.
The hologram is just standing pretty much back up.
Okay. Seems like we're gonna need to do, are there any? I'm gonna go onto his computer and see if I can find like a map of the area so we can figure out where we need to go.
Yeah, you pull up a map that shows you where the main mining area is, and you can match the map, of course, to what the video you just watched of where this seems to be like. At that time, the date would have shown about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. Also, where this barricade has been made with all these big, large mining vehicles to barricade people from coming in.
Is there any records that I can see of any ships coming to? Because he said that they were giving it to somebody else. So I want to know if there was any ships coming in and out. And if so, do we have records of them and who they are?
Are you looking yourself or asking the hologram?
No, I'm just going to look. I mean, I'm on his computer because he's stunned now, so I can't really.
Yeah, you start researching and trying to pull that up. And it seems like those records have been erased.
Okay. So I say to the hologram, it seems these records have been erased. Unless you would like to also be erased, I think you need to help us.
Which records do you request?
I need to know what ships have come and left the planet in the last 3 weeks.
That information was erased from the main data bank. We have no source of where the culprit come from.
Okay. Do you have records of who logged in to make the erasure?
It was logged in from a unsecured source, untraceable.
All right. Looks like we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, guys, and smash some heads.
Do we have any more need for this AI assistant?
Don't look at her like that. You've got plenty of women back on the other planet.
Well, I wasn't thinking about anything strange. Oh my. And then he turns to the rest of you and says, "Well, let's continue on the mission ahead."
Yeah. All right, we're gonna head out towards the. Did you want to take any of his teeth, or?
Oh yes, Booty is probing around inside his mouth with a spanner, trying to find the perfect molar.
Yeah, you find out even with his natural age, he does still have pretty good teeth and able to extract one since he is totally unconscious.
Oh yeah, yeah. And she will restrain herself and only take one this time.
Lieutenant Booty, I am curious. What do you do with these teeth that you gather from your victims?
I consider them donations. I put them in a nice little box, and then when I'm bored, I kind of look at them a little bit. And hopefully at some point I will be able to turn them into something. I'm not sure what. I'm thinking some jewelry or maybe, I don't know. I think there could be a use for them too, that I can add them into some crystals and maybe get a better energy source from it. But is that a squirrel over there? I'm not sure. Did you see that next to the AI?
Where? Turns around.
I start walking towards.
I thought I heard something.
Yeah.
Was it that?
I'm going to tell this AI here, the secretary. I'm going to say, before we leave, I'm going to say, have the med team tend to the old man. Inform us if any flights land.
Yes, of course. Anything for the Federation?
Thank you. And then I think we should head off to the, the mines or whatever. To where the barricade is.
Yes, to the mines.
You would know you can either proceed by foot, which would take you probably about 15 minutes to walk it, or there's also some of these large, land roving type vehicles that will go over terrain. It would probably cut your trip in half.
Are the vehicles large enough that we could use them to ram the barricade?
No, they're more of a transport deal. You would think if you go out there and try to ram some of these large mining vehicles, that it's probably going to totally destroy your vehicle and not do much damage.
Okay, then I would rather walk, unless people want to go on transport.
Transport. I would love to take the transport.
Okay. I will walk then. Will they take the? We'll take the transport to almost there, and then I'm gonna jump off and go on foot behind them because I'm stealthy.
Yep. And you're able to, roughly 7-8 minutes out to get to the main deal. As you're going to stop prior to, of course, you can see it all on the map on the tricorders and things, the devices you have. But you can actually see that before you get there, you can pull and stop and proceed from there.
Okay, so I tell them, I press my little communicator. Well, actually, I guess this is the original series, right? So I have the hip communicator, and I flip it open and I say, "All right, I'll let's stay in contact, but I'm gonna sneak up just in case they see you coming, and I'm gonna kind of go behind on foot, being sneaky, and with my rifle, I'm gonna stay back a bit."
Do you want to take your red shirt with you or not?
No, I'll go by myself. I'll leave the red shirt with them.
All right.
I don't think my sneakiness will apply to another person. Let me just look at it. Sneaky. You gain advantage when testing to hide or sneak around without others noticing you. It doesn't say it's on anybody else. I think it's just me. So I'll go by myself.
Yeah, you can try to do that test. Go ahead and test it 3d6.
Okay. Okay, a 6, a 2, and a 3. So that should be a success.
Yep, the 6 is success, and you're able to get up enough close, and you would probably have maybe some type of binoculars or something that would zoom in, and help you see the range. And sure enough, you see pretty much what was this that you saw in the video. You see all these large mining vehicles that just make a circle around. Seems to be the main mining entrance that are just blocking any other normal vehicles from getting into there. And you can see maybe inside the perimeter of some of the vehicles, you see figures walking around. It appears some of them are armed with some kind of long type of weapons. As they're making a walk inside the perimeter of these vehicles.
Okay. I'll sneak back to the group and tell them. Do I have a rough number of people that I saw with rifles?
You saw 2, but you know it was 2 for sure.
Yeah, at least 2. Okay, so I go back to the group and I say, I suggest that we take out the rifleman from a distance.
Take out the rifleman. I think we could do that.
Yeah. So.
Out of character, how many red shirts do we have total? We have 3 each. Or?
No, one each. 3 total. Each have 1 to control.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah. So I think we creep up there and just open fire on the guys with the rifles. Because if we walk up,
you want to get close enough to make a ranged attack on them. Whoever has good enough ranged weapons on them.
Well, I asked the group. I say, do you want to do that, or do you want me to sneak up on them? They were humans, right?
Yeah, appear to be humans. They were kind of covered up in heavy work clothing and stuff, but it appears to be humans.
Okay, but our knowledge of this planet is that
Well, Holly, we will wait until you start a commotion behind the enemy line, and once we see something, we will open fire.
I will try to wait. I mean, I will. I'll do my best as far as wait. I mean, this sounds like fun. I want to shoot something.
Okay, yeah. So if these guys can get set up, what I'll do is I'll transform my holographic self into like a, classic, Star Trek sexy woman outfit, like a mini skirt and a little kind of. I'll leave my weapon with them, so I don't seem armed, and I'll kind of walk down the street like with my hips swaying back and forth towards the group.
I love my job.
So you want to try to approach the barricade then on foot?
That's correct. I'm gonna like walk. Actually, I'm gonna whatever. Yeah, will they kind of spread out or whatever, or maybe they're gonna wait till I distract a little bit to get into a good position to shoot these guys. I'm just gonna walk down the street with no weapon and looking all sexy.
What color uniform are you wearing?
I'm not in uniform. I'm wearing a mini skirt, a green one.
Also regular, like civilian type clothing.
Yeah, because I can change. I'm a hologram, so I can be whatever I want to be. So I change into a just a bit. I mean, I want to look like a prostitute, basically, but like a Star Trek prostitute.
All right.
Yeah. So just like a sexy woman. No uniform. Yeah.
And the other 2 of you are kind of spreading out and trying to get a better advantage to move in. Is that correct?
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Hallie, roll me just a standard 2d6 test then as you're approaching and getting close to the barricade.
Okay, 4 and a 5. 5 success, right?
Yep, 5's good.
Okay, so 4 and 5.
Yeah, you see the 2 figures that you would think were the same 2 you saw earlier as you approach, and they both come walking up to a space between these 2 large trucks, and one of them looks like some type of phaser rifle towards you. And everyone yells out, "Who are you? I don't recognize you."
I heard that there were some miners that had a bit more money on this planet, so I've decided to come visit. If it works out well, maybe I'll bring some of my friends. Wink.
How far would you say you're away from him right now?
I will walk as close as I can until he lowers the rifle. So if I can pick, maybe like 20 feet.
Yeah, the one's still pointing at the rifle, but when you say that, he looks over towards the other one, and you hear him say something back and forth that's kind of muffled. You don't understand what they say. And he takes the rifle and slings it on his shoulder, and he goes, "You don't say."
I do say.
"Well, please, come on in. I'm Pete."
"Ah, I am Erica. Nice to meet you, Pete." And I kind of swagger up with my hips going back and forth in my, go-go boots.
All right. What's the other 2 doing as you see this?
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Kuru turns over to his buddy Booty and says, "I thought the planet was named Destitute 724, not Prostitute 724. And he nods.
You are silly. I think she's being sleazy, not sneaky. But I like the sneaky sleazy that she's doing. I think I could be sneaky sneezy, and she kind of strikes a pose for him and flattens out her ears behind her.
Well, on Earth, where I grew up, booty means you're behind. And I think we would be a good company to her if we were to join her when she gives a signal.
Yes, let's go. I think we can go now, right? Shall we go? I want to shoot.
No, not yet. We should wait a little more.
A little more? Okay, a little more. I think I'll wait just a little. Are you sure? Because I think it would be easier if we just got up there right now and started shooting.
If we wait a little more, we may get you more teeth.
More teeth? That would be good. I think I will wait. I'll wait a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, so the two wait for her signal.
Yeah.
Well, so what I'm going to do is when I approach the guys and they kind of invite me in, I'm going to do that thing where you walk between them and like put my arms, so they can both take my arms and walk with me.
Right.
So, kind of leading them in, even though I don't really know where I'm going. And once they're kind of they have their backs to the other two guys, I turn around and give the signal, which is like a wink or whatever.
All right.
Well, there goes our signal. And then he pulls out his pistol and aims and fires at one of the guys that is following our dear friend.
Okay.
And I guess if I can, my red shirt will also fire.
So it's, what was it, 3d6?
Yep, it's your master weapon, 3d6.
3, 6, and 5.
Yep, your phaser pistol takes good aim, and of course it's your job of being the security expert. So your deal gets him, and you see the guy fall down, but he's still moving.
Can I shoot again with my next action?
Not right now, because we're going to jump over to the next one that's standing there. And did Booty want to shoot at it also, along with the red shirt of Hallie's?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I will fire. So, firing laser, or phaser. Miss.
All right. Roll for your red shirt, Hallie.
Okay, are they a master of the pistol, or are they just...
Yeah, they're mastered of the phaser pistol, right?
So I rolled 3 dice. 2, oh, okay, 2 and a 6. Okay. I was like, oh, God. So 2, 2, and 6.
And the same one, the other one is hit by your red shirt as he falls, but they're both still moving on the ground trying to get back up at this point.
Okay. What I would like to do, if I can, and I don't know, maybe we'll throw ownership for this, is I'm going to, pretend like I'm like freaking out and fall to my knees, but I'm going to try to grab one of their rifles if I can do it without it being too obvious. And if I get it, then I'm going to shoot them. If I can't do it without being obvious, then I'll just pretend like I'm hiding.
Roll just standard 2d6, and let's see if you can.
3 and 4, so no.
Yeah, so we'll just go straight into initiative for everybody and go that right. If everybody wants to roll 2d6, give me your total.
I'll roll for my red shirt. 5 for me.
All right. What did you get, Lieutenant Booty?
5 for me, 9 for my red shirt. Unless the red shirts go.
The red shirt's going to act on you, so you can take the 9. It'll be fine.
Okay.
And what about the Lieutenant Kuru?
So he gets to roll 3 times, correct? Because of the quick shot or a quick gun? Roll 3 dice, take 2 highest?
Yeah, roll 3 and take the 2 highest in total.
8 total.
All right. Booty, you're high up with the 9, so what would you like to do? Is you see the 2 fall to the ground, but you can still see they're moving and have some life in them. And then you see Hallie move down to the ground next to them and see that she's trying to do something probably from where you're at.
There's no one else out there right now that's with
you don't see any more movement besides these 2 that have fallen.
Okay, I will gallop up there as fast as I can.
Yeah, if that would be one of your actions. You get 2 actions, so that would take one of your actions to use movement to get up there within 10 feet of them or so.
Yeah, and if they look like they're still kicking, I will put another bolt into one. I'll fire again.
All right.
And it's a miss.
Okay. What about your red shirt? Does he want to move up there with you and try it?
Sure, if he can keep up with me. That also is a miss.
All right.
Oh, man.
Lieutenant Kuru, you see Lieutenant Booty and the red shirt run up there and just totally miss at close range. So what would you like to do?
He runs up right next to her and uses his quick shot to shoot twice, and fires off 2 rounds at one of the guys that are down. And,
all right.
That's only 1d6 that I get to roll.
Yep, disadvantage, correct?
He rolls 6, so he shoots 1 shot into him.
Yeah, and you can, if you want to describe how you make your perfect shot that finishes that one off.
Okay, as he's running towards him, he pulls it out and says, Lieutenant Booty, this is how it is done. And then he pulls the trigger and basically disintegrates him to the
right.
horror of the other fella. And as he approaches, he tries to, he orders his other red shirt to wrestle the weapon away from his hand.
Yeah, the one the other one there, okay.
Yeah. Do I roll for him?
Yeah, that's actually going to be, his mastered weapon is ranged, so I mean, you're going to be involved in a melee deal, so it would be disadvantage. You can roll 1d6 if you want to try to wrestle the gun away from him.
Okay, it's not me, but my red shirt, right?
Right, your red shirt.
So just 1d6.
Yep.
And he fails at 3.
All right. We jump up to this one person that's left there next towards you, Hallie, and he sees his friend just completely dissipate by this phaser shot, and then he sees this red shirt run up and try to grab the rifle away from him. As he does, he struggles and he pulls the rifle back around because he doesn't see you as a threat now. He looks towards this red shirt as he pulls the trigger, and he will get a hit with a 6 and a 4. So the red shirt, if you want to describe how your red shirt is no longer with us, Young.
In classic Star Trek fashion, he falls on his back and says, "Oh no!" And he is disintegrated by the phaser rifle.
Oh goodness, perfect. We jump to you now, Hallie.
Okay, so now this guy is shooting him and not really paying attention to me.
Yeah,
but I don't have a weapon, so I'm gonna stay low because I feel like they got it under control. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna use my actions, I guess, to look around and make sure nobody else is coming. I'm actually gonna go like, oh my god, and try to like crawl away, like I'm avoiding the attack. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna be looking around to make sure nobody's coming at us. But my red shirt though will shoot the guy.
Yeah, and to give you a quick gist of what's going on now, of looking around and being observant, you can probably see from, you're probably 20 foot inside of the interior of where these trucks were, where you walked through. Mm-hmm. And probably from there, it looks like the mining entrance is probably another good 100 feet up there. You don't see any movement or anything, any noise going on right now.
Okay, perfect. So then at that point, so I don't say anything to those guys, and I still feign my my position as being, scared. And my red shirt will shoot 4, 4, and 6. So
yep, the 6 will hit. And you can describe how the red shirt takes revenge for his friend who just got whacked.
Yeah, so he says, "This is for Brian," and he shoots the guy.
Yep, and he dissipates now.
Yeah.
The rifle's still laying there if anybody wanted to grab it.
Perfect. I will grab the rifle because I'm a rifle person. Well, actually, I already have a rifle, so yeah. Can I take the? I don't want to loot the red shirts, but can I take the phaser off of our red shirt that died, or is that destroyed because he got killed?
I'll tell you what. Roll me 2d6. Let's see if it's still there.
Okay. 3 and 6.
Yep, it's still there. It's still laying on the ground there.
All right, so I grab Brian's phaser pistol, even though I'm not perfect. I'm not proficient in it, but just so I have it. And I pick up my rifle from my red shirt, and then are there 2 rifles here from the 2 guys, or would they just have 1 rifle?
There were just the one. Just the one seemed to be armed. The other one didn't have any. You would have found maybe a knife on him, but he didn't seem to have any kind of weapons.
Okay, so I look at the rifle and I say, to the other guys, I'm like, take the rifle.
Kuru turns to the rest of his team members and says, The old 22nd century Japanese proverb says, "Many rifles and many pistols does not guarantee one's safety." And he nods and pauses.
Right, but if you leave the rifle here, they may pick it up and take it, though.
Yeah, he picks them up then.
Ancient hologram saying, "Don't leave weapons around for the enemy to take."
That is very wise. He nods.
All right, so I'm going to keep my my prostitute look going.
All right.
Yeah. Booty strips a couple of teeth before she takes off.
Okay. While you guys are getting your stuff together, I'm going to actually start to move towards the entrance with the phaser pistol tucked like behind my my back, so I don't take the rifle yet. My red shirt sells my rifle.
Yeah, there's still no movement or any noise at all coming from the entrance as you're moving that way.
Yeah, so I'm just going to get up to the entrance and like stand by there. I'm going to peek my head around, and I'll wait till the rest of the group comes. But I want to stand there just in case somebody comes running out.
Yeah, as they're getting the gear and looting the bodies or what's left of the bodies and taking these weapons, and you move on up towards the entrance, what you observe as you get to the entrance, probably 30 feet inside the entrance of this main cave. Of course, everything's very well illuminated, of course, being a large mining operation, but you see there appears to be some large barricade across 30 feet in, across everything, blocking any further movement into there. And you see this hand-painted sign that says, "Trespassers will be shot."
Oh, interesting. Okay. I want to I'm just going to stand there and kind of observe as best I can without putting myself too much out there. I'm looking for how people would get past it. Is there a door? Is there do I see somebody guarding at the top?
Yeah, you see no guards and you don't hear anybody, and it appears that this is all very roughly put up homemade type barricade and stuff that you could probably maybe find a way through it.
When we searched the bodies, I mean, did they have any identification cards or
Yeah, you would have found identification cards of them being miners.
Okay, yeah, I mean, they would have taken it then. And also, their uniforms all disintegrated, right?
Oh, yeah, they're pretty much, toast.
Okay.
So, I'm wondering. I signaled to the others to walk away from the red shirts for a second, and I say, we could just load up a couple of these trucks with the ore and hide them a bit and come back later and get them. This is a very deadly mission, and I don't know why we should take all the risk, and the Federation gets all the reward.
Oh, let's drive the trucks. I want to drive the trucks. Can we drive the trucks? I want to drive the truck.
I think that's a good idea. Are the trucks loaded with ore, or are they empty?
They are. The ones in the barricade are all empty. Looks like they've been sitting there. As dust is blown across and covered them. You would have noticed that. It looks like they were put up probably that 2.5, 3 weeks ago period and been sitting there.
All right. Well, we'll put a pin in that idea. I guess we have to go in and see what's going on.
We're not keeping the trucks?
Yeah, we're going to keep the trucks for sure. What I'm thinking is we're going to drive the truck through the barricade, but let me just check it out first.
Okay.
And I'm going to go to the entrance. I'll take my rifle this time, and I'm going to. I don't know if I can do this. You tell me. I want to make myself look like Paul. That was his name, right, Paul? Because what it says is I can look like anything.
Right.
I mean, I saw him. Can I look like him at least decently?
Yeah, you can get pretty close resemblance of him, I would say.
Yeah, so I can see him. And I took his rifle. And I'm going to just walk down the hallway towards the barricade.
Yeah, you move up to where the barricade is and where that hand-painted sign is about the trespassers will be shot. And it appears like there's a handmade door, a metal-type door they put there. It has a handle on it.
Okay. So I say, in my best Paul impersonation, I say, I got to use the John coming in. And then I open the door.
Yeah, the door's not locked. I mean, you push down on the handle and the door opens and creaks wide open.
I open it and look in.
You see, of course, the lighting of still going down the side of the walls of the mine, and it seems to be quiet. I mean, you see nothing. You see no movement. Nobody responds and replies to your wording.
Okay, so then I look back at the guys and I give the signal to move forward to the door, and then I'm going to walk in and start walking down a bit, like as Paul.
Kuru nudges one of the red shirts and says, "You're up," and pushes him forward.
Well, okay, let's see. Let me roll, and I'll tell you whose red shirt it's going to be. It will be yours, Booty, that he gives the order to.
Okay.
How far ahead do you want to stay, Paul, Hallie?
I mean, I'm gonna walk through the door, and then what do I see in front of me? How long is the hallway?
It's pretty long. I mean, it appears it just keeps going further and further into the mine itself. It's pretty long. I mean, there's enough illumination to be able to see, but it appears it just goes straight in.
Okay, there's no doors or anything?
Nope, not at this point.
Okay, then I'm going to just, after I walk forward, maybe 30 feet or something, I'm going to say, I'm going to signal for the guys to come. And just, so we have a, paying attention. I quickly ask them, do you guys want to do the fake prisoner thing, or do you just want to sneak behind me?
She goes, well, I could check. You want me to check? And you can see her ears will twist and that, and she kind of directs all of her hearing and all of her senses forward. Can she make a perception check at this point to see if there's anything?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Do you have any
close?
Do you have anything to help you with that, or just be standard? Do you have any trades?
She's got the perception trait where she has an advantage, where she can see anything that's hidden. She has an advantage.
Yep, that'll be 3d6 then.
There's 2 successes there.
All right, perfect. You hear it seems like deeper on the end as you're tuning to standing there next to a Hallie, and you hear probably the work of the actual mining stuff going on. You may never have been into a mine before, but you can hear mechanical stuff going on further deep. But up close where you are and your group is, you don't hear anything close. No,
they're deeper down. I can hear them. They're working. They're working hard. They're getting us crystals for us. I think they're probably real busy right now.
Okay, that's good enough for me. So I say, all right, then let's do it. And I'm going to stay Paul for now. And I'm going to I'll say, guys, just put your hands behind your back like they're tied. And if people pop out and they don't immediately start shooting at us, then let me try to talk to them.
Okay, you tied me. Tie me. I want to be tied. Just try it once.
We're not
just try it.
going to tie you.
No, but I want to try. Just try it. I want to be tied. Just try me once.
I look at
Kuru looks over to Booty and says,
I say, Kuru.
Kuru says, the ancient 21st century old Japanese proverb says, do not tie your hand behind when you do not have to.
Well, how about if you tie him up front? Can you just try him just try it once. It'll be fun. I mean, we could try it. Just up front.
Well, if you insist. He pulls out a little tiny string, like a straw or something like that people can easily break out of, and then makes a half-assed effort in trying to tie it. You know, this is a waste of time, don't you?
But it's so much fun. And she smiles broadly.
Well, this reminds me of a 21st century old novel called 50 Shades of Grey. I have never had the chance to read it. No, I swear I have never read it before, but it says that it has a lot to do with it. It's all about time.
I had a brother who was 50.
I see. And then he proceeds.
So I start moving forward. Paul's on the move.
How far do you want to go ahead of them, Paul?
I'll go maybe 30 feet ahead.
All right. You move further deeper into the mine itself. I mean, you go for quite some ways, and now all of you can start hearing the machination of the equipment working in the machinery and stuff. You can actually hear it deeper into the mine. But as you get closer, Paul, make me a 2d6 test.
Okay. 4 and a 6, so success.
Yeah, you're not surprised when one of the miners walks out from behind a deal holding a phaser rifle. He's very heavy set, short guy with a beard and mustache. As he walks out and he goes, "Why didn't you kill him?" He raises his rifle and he shoots towards.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop him actually. If he walks out, I was about to ask you if he walks out with it like in a aggressive way, I drop him.
Yeah, because he does. He points the rifle. And he's saying towards you, Paul. Why didn't you kill him? As he raises his rifle towards him.
Yeah, I drop him if he comes out aggressively.
Yep. And what are you using to actually go before initiative? What's it called?
Born Fighter.
All right.
Fight. When combat starts, you immediately take 1 turn, 2 actions before initiative is rolled.
All right. Take it off.
I have my rifle, which I'm master at. So 3d6, 6, 1, and 4. So I hit him the first time.
Yep.
And my second action, 5, 4, and 1. So I hit him the second time as well. I hit him twice.
Yeah, and your 2 hits go into this guy, and it seems like maybe he's wearing some type of, like I say, he was a very big guy, and he's wearing the mining clothing, but you appear that maybe it definitely hurt him, but he's still standing up, and he goes, "What the hell, you SOB?" But he still takes the shot towards you, Lieutenant Kuru, is who he had to aim on. So we will roll initiative now.
6 and 12.
Initiative. Excuse me. 10.
10, okay.
High is better, right? I got excited, but high is better, right?
Yep, high is good. High is what you want in this one.
Yeah.
What did Booty get?
8.
8, okay. Lead us out, Hallie, as this guy's taking aim, and he's cussing you, but you see him bump the rifle back over the gorge Kuru's.
I shoot him again.
All right.
I'm leveling off into him. I mean, okay, that time I didn't hit him. And I'm going to take 2 shots, of course. And the second time I did hit him with a 4, 3, and 2. So I hit him 1 more time.
Yeah, and you see him stumble down to one knee as he stands back up, though, and blood's just pouring out of his mouth. He says, "You SOB, you'll be next."
Okay, and my red shirt goes now too, or no?
Yeah, he can go.
Okay. Miss. And he's going to... Actually, I think... No, he's not going to run for cover. He's a red shirt. So he just stands in the middle of the thing and shoots the second time. And he hits the second time.
How does the red shirt finish him off?
Yeah. So the red shirt says, "This is for Brian," and he shoots him.
All right.
Brian was well loved.
Do any of y'all have any kind of special traits or anything that would indicate maybe for earlier you used the perception deals? Does anybody have any deals to use at that point now?
No.
Or would it just be you, Booty, that had that perception deal?
Yeah, I have perception. So.
Yeah, roll it for me then. Let's see what you get.
Okie doke. That's a success.
You see the other guy running up towards behind where this guy was, and he's running up the deal, and he's holding a phaser rifle as he enters into initiative with you. We are down to you, Lieutenant Kuru.
He attacks, and he does that double shot. So I'm taking 1 advantage out of 3, so 2d6 each. He's got 5 and 6.
Yep, they both hit, man.
Okay.
This guy, you see him start stumbling, but he steps back up pretty much like his friend that you just took out does. What about your red shirt? Does he want to do something?
Well, that's...
Oh, your red shirt, but you ordered the red shirt of...
yeah, mine's dead. Mine was actually Brian, and...
yeah, but you remember you had ordered Booty's red shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you want to order Booty's red shirt to do something, you can. And
actually, He gets 2 more shots off, I think, because of that quick shot thing.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna use my second action to shoot him twice more. 2 that's miss, 1 that's miss, 6. So he connects with one of the shots.
Yeah, you see this guy is in pretty bad shape, but he's still standing there as he still is trying to run towards all of you.
And he tells the red shirt to finish him off.
Finish him.
So 1 5 and 1 6.
Yep. Tell us how the red shirt comes through for you that you took over.
He says, "This is for Brian." And disintegrates the guy.
He falls to the ground in a heap of matter. You don't hear. Perception's still good, Booty. You don't hear anything else besides the further deep into the mine, the working of the mine. You don't hear anybody running that way right now.
Oh, no more people want to play with us. They're all working yet.
They seem very aggressive.
I think it's friendly. I think we should go find more friends to play with. This will be fun.
Where did this guy come from? Was there a door, or was he behind a barrel? Or
no, it was just he just seemed like he come out of the shadows on further into the deal.
He was like hanging out.
Luckily, Booty perceived it and saw him before it was he could do something.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm still Paul, so let's keep this plan up because it seemed to work decently. At least gave me a minute to shoot the guy. So yeah, I'm going to we'll if there's any remains of these guys, we'll push them off to the side, and then we'll continue down. I'll lead the way again, just being slightly ahead of the group.
He turns to Booty and says, "It is too unfortunate that you did not find any teeth. We've disintegrated all of them."
He said yes. You have to not hit him in the mouth. Don't hit him in the mouth, please. Please. No mouth shots.
All right. Do you need to be tied once more?
No, I see they're still there. And she will hold up her 2 hands. She hasn't fired yet or anything, so...
He says, "Oh my," and then continues to join the group.
Is there anything you want to react to at this time, Booty, about Karoo has been giving orders to your red shirt? Is there anything you want to do about that?
Red shirt? She's already forgotten she had a red shirt.
Perfect. You keep moving in highly and going down. And you probably, you go another probably 60, 80 feet down, maybe even further than that. And, of course, the working itself deeper in the mine, you can hear it more and more. And it seems that you seem like there's a veer off up there. It kind of almost makes a Y, but you can make a Y go right, left, or straight. It makes into a Y, probably 40 feet in front of you.
Okay, we'll go left.
Well, you don't get to go left because when you get up out of the intersection, there's a guy that walks out of the left, and he's dressed in very fine clothing, and he walks out and got a very nice trimmed beard and mustache. He says, "What's all that shooting going on up there? Why'd you leave your post?"
We have some visitors, and I shoot him. But I shoot him with stun. Do rifles stun, or is rifles only kill?
You can stun him if you want.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna if I can switch to stun. I don't know if that takes a turn to do that, but I want to shoot him with.
I'll say it takes one of your actions to switch over. We'll do it that way.
All right, but I still get my free before we shoot, so I'm going to switch to stun, and I'm going to stun the guy. I'll try to, anyways. 6, 4, and 3. So I hit him once with a stun. I don't know how you want to do that.
Yeah, he falls down and appears to be stunned.
Okay. He's
not moving.
All right. I make sure nobody else is coming, and then I'm going to drag him to the side, and we'll look at him.
All right.
So he's dressed nicely. Does he have any? I tell the red shirt to keep guard. Does he have any identification or?
Yeah, you find a badge on him, but he appears to be some kind of maybe manager of the mine, maybe some middle level management of the mine himself.
Okay. Was he armed?
Nope. You find no weapons on him.
Okay. I turn into him. I get his name first, obviously. I take his badge, I turn into him, and then I disintegrate him. Unless somebody else stops me.
No. The teeth. Save the teeth. Yeah, and Booty falls on the ground and she starts sobbing. Again, you keep disintegrating them all. He had such nice teeth.
Next time, Booty. Sorry.
So you're taking the appearance of this guy, right?
Yes. What's his name?
I am fixing to give it to you. I want to make sure I had it right before I do. His name is going to be Harcourt Mudd.
Harcourt Mudd?
Yep, is on his name tag.
Nice. Okay, so I take the form of Harcourt Mudd. I'm going to... This kind of sucks. I don't really want to have the rifle. All right, so I'm going to keep the rifle in my hand, even though it's going to be obvious. I don't want to be unarmed because people are pretty aggressive here.
Is it completely out of commission, or could we wake him up?
I disintegrated.
He's been disintegrated by Hallie.
Yeah. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I tell the group, I say, this is what we're going to do. I'll walk ahead. If we encounter anybody, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend like I'm running from you, but then I'm going to get in front of them to make it so they can't shoot you. Like, I'll basically just get in front of them to give you a good shot. Because I can't have a weapon, and I give my weapon to I give my rifle to the red shirt, and I just tuck a phaser behind the jacket. A phaser pistol, I should say.
And you want to proceed about 30 feet ahead, you say, or 30 feet of the group?
Exactly. I'm going to walk ahead, and if I see somebody, that's my plan. Like, my plan is to look like I'm frightened or whatever, but I'm going to try to be like, oh my god, and make myself big so that's hard for them to shoot around me.
Yeah, you proceed, then you're going down the left tunnel, correct, still?
Yeah.
Where he come from?
Yeah, I'm going to come down from where Parkour came from.
You proceed up, probably another 40, 60, 80 feet maybe as you proceed in this tunnel. And it's illuminated, but not quite as well as the main entrance was. I mean, it would be what we'd call dim light as you're moving the end. And it appears to open up into some type of rooms and stuff. Maybe appears to be equipment rooms or stuff for the mine. And you see two inset metal doors, one on the right and one on the left across.
Are they marked?
No, there's no marking on them besides the actual mining deal itself, but no markings or wording on them.
I look at the party. If they don't have an opinion, I go left.
Or we could go right. I don't know. Left is fine too, but right is good. We could rightly go left.
Yep, I go left.
As soon as you reach out and grab the handle of the door, make me a disadvantage test, 1d6.
Oh, geez, okay. All right, hold on. This red die's been rolling really well. I'll roll this one. Oh, 4. Failed.
You feel something, even being a hologram and AI, you feel something enter the mind of this person you've taken. For just a moment, you feel something just enter your mind, and you hear your thoughts at the moment just spill out, whatever thoughts you were having at that moment as they spill out. You don't maybe say them loud enough for your party here, but they just spill out real quick, and you just shake it off.
Yeah. I basically say, we're going to steal all the shit and leave the Federation. But stop.
Or stealing and leaving? Is that what you said? Stealing and leaving? She angles her.
Kuro shoots him. Just kidding. we follow.
I'm already planning on putting into the computer system some fake interactions between Crick and these guys that I'm collecting their names to show that he was obviously part of this scheme. And then we're going to make off with the money. But anyways, so I go through the door.
Yeah, you open the door, and it seemed to be a pretty thick door because you don't hear the conversations that were going on behind this door as you open the door and you see a group of probably 8 or 10 humans, but also in the middle of these 8 or 10 humans, this is what you see floating about 30 foot above them.
Oh. Okay.
They all turn and look at you as you come in the door.
I say, so how's the, I kind of put I signal behind so the rest of the group doesn't come through. And I say, so how are the plans moving along? This is taking forever.
As you say this very large eye-looking deal that is in the middle of the room that has a stalk coming out of the top of it, has a mouth that is moving back and forth, and appears to be these 2 almost arm-like deals that come out of her pinch your claws. You see it looking straight at you. Make me a save, just a regular 2d6.
Jeez. Oh, a 1 and a 6. So if I only needed 1, I made it.
You feel it trying to do something to you, but you're able to shake it off. These humans, when you say that, they start lowering weapons towards you, so I guess we'll roll initiative.
Okay. Well, I still get my action before initiative.
Yeah, you'll get your deal before that. Ooh, they did pretty good.
Okay. My initiative is terrible at 5, but my free actions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back through the door and close it.
All right.
And if I can do, that's probably 2 actions, but next round I'll take my weapon from the...
That's perfect.
What did Kuru get?
Kuru readies his phaser, but he takes... Is there any cover that he could take?
What'd you roll in your initiative, though, Young? I didn't get it.
Excuse me.
What'd you get, Booty?
8.
All right.
Nice.
So there's a cover nearby?
Well, what did you get on your initiative, though? Your 2d6 or 3d6 if you had the...
Mine, hold on. 5.
All right, you and Hallie roll off. Since y'all both tied, y'all do a roll off.
5 again.
Oh.
12.
Nice.
Oh, all right.
Great, you didn't get that the first time.
Yeah. All right, Hallie, we go to you because of your trait that you're using, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna step back. Because I was only slightly inside the door, so I'm just gonna step back and close the door. If that's 2 actions, then I guess that's all I'm doing. If not, I'm gonna also take my rifle. And
No, you can use it as 1 action. I mean, you were the only one. The way I understood it, if I'm wrong, we'll retcon it. But my understanding was you was the only one that actually stepped into the room.
That's right. Yeah, I opened the door and stepped in a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step back, close the door, step to the side, grab my rifle from the red shirt that's holding it, and then I'm gonna say, "Get ready, guys. This is the big one. All the money's on the line."
Right. We should have gone right? So,
the money's in there.
but we should have gone right because
The
now we're
money's in there. The money.
The money? Okay, I'll go for the money. I like money.
Think of how many teeth you'll get if you go in there. I think I saw something there with a huge amount.
Open the door. Open the door. Just open the door.
I swear this must be one of Crick's schemes.
So I'm gonna stay aside with my rifle, waiting for people to come out. Basically,
All right.
I'm only at 5 in initiative, so I'm sure other things are gonna happen.
Kuru, what would you like to do? You're going at 12.
Is there any cover that he could take?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're still in the main area. You never, no one else entered the room except Hallie, and she comes back out and closes the door. So I mean, you're still on the outside of this room of where she entered. I mean, there's
right. And as soon as she says, "Get ready, this is going to be a big one," he looks for cover, like behind one of the walls for a partial.
Not really. I mean, it's a pretty much open area, open room of where that was. I mean, there's really nothing in there that you could hide behind.
He hides behind one of the red shirts.
Yes.
Are you gonna use Booty's red shirt again?
Yeah, he's gonna be right behind him, and he's gonna tap on his shoulder and says, "I have you. I got your back." And then he readies his phaser.
All right. Next, we go to the bad guys, or bad guys to y'all. Everybody make a save. Make a save for yourself, and anybody has a red shirt left, make a save for them. 2d6.
360. Okay. Right, I failed. My red shirt failed.
Saved.
You made it, Mike. You said.
Yep.
All right. You can roll for your red shirt, even though Yong's been ordering them around. You can actually do the save for them if you like.
I failed, by the way.
Red shirt failed.
Everybody that fails feels this wave come over and enter their mind, and you're having second thoughts about what you're doing, as you're falling basically under some type of charm spell. So you can act out about how you're feeling about it. You know, hey, these are your friends back there.
All right, I'm going to shoot the red shirt that Hulu is hiding behind.
Okay.
Well, it's my turn. That's not my turn yet.
Yeah, the ones that fail, that's that you're feeling like these guys behind there are your friends. That they're here to help you. As we move to you, Booty.
Booty's excited. He's just going to start firing through the door. Is the door opening? Has the door opened yet at all or not?
No, it's closed. Hallie closed it back.
Oh, okay. She'll just start bouncing back and forth. I can't wait. We got it. Someone open the door. Open the door. Somebody open the door, please.
And you said your red shirt failed the test too, right?
Yes.
Okay, your red shirt, if you can take interaction of him back over since he failed, and if you want to say what he's going to do is he feels like these are his friends behind there too.
Oh, he turns around and he will fire on Kuru.
All right.
Leave my friends alone.
Did you hit?
That is a miss.
Miss.
I cannot hit in combat.
Well, did you roll 2 actions? I mean, he's saying he gets 2 actions.
There's a hit on the second action. Yes.
He does what now?
He hit.
All right. Kuru, you've been hit by the red shirt that you were taking over, so you'll note down 1 point of damage, take off 1 point of damage. Hallie, you see all this going on as we move up to you, or down to you?
Okay, so I'm going to shoot the red shirt that just shot Hulu. My first shot, it's a 4, it misses. And I'm just going to shoot twice. So my second shot hits.
Yep, and the red shirts have 1, so you can describe how he's gone.
Yes, this red shirt that just turned around and shot Hulu, I say, Brian never loved you, and I shoot him.
Yep, and that red shirt is down. We jump back to you, Kuru, at 12. What would you like to do is after this has happened?
So Kuru, realizing that these red-shirted Federation guys are trying to harm his floating eye friend, says, the 21st century old Japanese proverb says, and he screams like that. He goes, ah! He shoots Holly. Let's see. So for the first action, he shoots twice but misses both of them. For his second action, he shoots twice and he misses on both of them. It's 5 or 6, right?
Yep, 5 or 6, yep.
Yeah, he misses all 4 shots.
All right, next we jump back to the good bad guys, whoever they are behind these doors. The door still stays shut. You still feel these effects of that these are your friends there for now. All right, Booty.
Booty's still waiting for the door to open, and she's getting very squirrely about it. And she finally just goes running up and opens the door.
Yeah, and you see what Hallie saw, this big floating eye, and you see maybe 8 or 10, probably miners in there, dressed in the mining type deals. Some of them are armed, some of them are not. They're just standing there and they're going, "Well, come on in, friend."
I'll fire on the eye.
You passed your test earlier, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. That's a success.
All right.
I scream, "Show me your teeth!"
And you see these little teeth that are munching up the top of that eye stalk deal or whatever it is. So one successful hit, huh? Okay. Hallie, we're up to you as you see Booty run up there and open the door and take a shot at your friend or your friends that are in there.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot Hallie, the Booty. I hit the first time.
All right.
And I hit the second time.
Now I have incredible agility, which means if I get hit by an enemy, I can test on a D6, and if I'm successful, I evade the attack.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So it's 1d6 in it. Will you roll 1d6 in it for that?
Yep. So I evade the first one. Do I get to evade both shots or just the one shot?
Let me see how that's worded.
It's under the heritage traits.
The way I read it, it doesn't say it's only one. So, I mean, my understanding is when you're successfully hit by an enemy, which this is your enemy at this point, so I would say you'd be able to do it for both of them.
Okay.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, so I take one hit and I evade the other hit.
All right, so note down 1 point of damage to yourself.
Yep.
Hallie, is your red shirt still up?
Yeah. And charm. The red shirt will... I mean, do we know that other people are charmed? We don't know that, right? We don't have the ability.
No, you have no idea.
Okay, so my red shirt's going to shoot at Hulu. Which character? You call him Hulu.
Kuru, Lieutenant Kuru?
Yeah, Kuru. And he's going to say, "Brian died because of you." And he hits. And the second shot hits.
Both hit, so 2 points of damage to you, Kuru.
Got it.
Yeah.
And speaking of, we are back to you now. But the first thing I need you to do is make me a save, and you can actually do it at advantage, 3d6.
5, 3, and 6.
Yeah, so if you were charmed, you are no longer charmed now.
Okay. He says, "The Brian didn't die because of me," and then out of reflex, he shoots that red shirt anyhow.
Okay.
The first shot, at least, and he hits. First shot.
The final red shot is the red shot. The final red shirt is down. Then.
Oh no! What have I done? And looks at that strange red eye and continues firing. So that was his first action. So he's gonna shoot twice, and he shoots one.
All right, 1 point or one success. Okay.
Yep. That
all right.
We
go to inside the room. Booty, will you run in if done what you've done? As these humans all lower these weapons towards you. Whew. I cannot believe this. You've been hit 4 out of 5 times. So make your 4 saves.
Oh my gosh.
You can make your 4 saves on it.
That is 2 saves.
2 saves, okay. So you'll take 2 points of damage in as they all lower weapons and shoot at you, Booty.
This is one very charred Booty right now.
you see this ideal that you've hit. You know, it's maneuvering around and stuff as it's staying up in the air, levitating and stuff. And it just looks at you strange, you know, like, why do you want to kill yourself here? That's what you feel in your mind. You feel this telepathy come across your mind, and you just hear that, why do you want to die here? Why would you want to die in a poor, pitiful mind like this? You just want the riches too, don't you?
I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. He starts, I don't want to, hey, I want to be with you. Can I be with you? I'll be with you. I'll be one of you. One of you. Let me be one of you.
And speaking of, it is actually Booty's turn now. What would Booty like
starts
to do?
groveling. Booty appeals to the giant eye at this point, knowing how severely injured she is.
Do you have any kind of charm trait or anything or not? That would come across charm? You're trying to charm or...
No.
Okay. Well, just roll me a standard 2d6.
I'll offer her a handful. I'll offer the eye a handful of teeth.
Huh.
One success.
Yeah, and you hear in your mind coming back going, good, it is best that you join us. I'll protect everyone that joins me. I will protect you now.
You're going to protect me? This is so cool. Hey, guys, they're going to protect me. I turn back around.
Hallie, you hear all this going on.
Okay. I'm still charmed, right?
Make your save right now before you do anything.
Failed.
3d6. 3d6.
Okay, only one more. Failed still. So I'm still.
Oh, you're still charmed. That's your best friends in there.
Okay, so I hear Booty say that, so I know Booty's joining with the eye. So that means Kuru is the guy that I'm going to shoot. Missed and hit.
All right, Kuru, you'll take another point of damage.
Okay.
And in perfect fashion, all the red shirts are down and gone. So we're up to you, Kuru.
Kuru taps, flips up his communicator and says, "Is it Mr. Rick?"
The captain, Captain Crick.
No, the Scotch drinking guy.
Oh, the Scotch guy, Mr. Potty.
Yeah, he says, Mr. Potty, want to transport, immediate evacuation.
Yep, you can use both of your actions to do that as you're transported back to the ship. Now we go back to these things in the room. The weapons are lowered at you, Booty, but they start lowering the weapons down as they probably receive some type of telepathic message as they lower the weapons and go, oh, it is best that you join us. We didn't want to have to kill anybody else. The ideal is still levitating and floating up there above everything else and all of that. And you hear in your mind, again, Hallie, you hear, you've got to join us. Riches. We all will have riches. So make me a save at just 2d6.
Ooh, double sixes. I made that one.
Ooh, that's great.
So
you're still charmed at this moment, but you're fighting it. I mean, you're definitely fighting it. So next time that when it goes back to you, you can make your save at 3d6 again.
Okay.
So we are up to you, Booty.
She begins chanting, "One of us, one of us, one of us." I go up to Haley and say, "It's okay. I'm not really one of them. I'm just pretending. See, I pretend well. I'm a good pretender. You want to pretend with me? One of us. One of us."
Yeah, so I start chanting "One of us," I guess.
Yep, and it's up to you, Hallie, if that's all that Booty is going to do.
Yeah, so I make my save again?
Yep, make your save and you do advantage.
With advantage? All right, come on, baby. Oh, yes, I made it that time.
Yep, you are not charmed.
So I say, I yell, "I'll join you." And I step in the doorway, in hell, and then I shoot the thing twice.
Shoot the ideal?
Yep.
All right.
Hit with 1-5. And hit with a 6. So hit twice.
All right.
Hit the rifle.
You see more of this stuff just starts like, it looks like, hydraulic fluid or stuff, except it's reddish greenish as it just starts spurting out of this thing, and it starts, like maneuvering back and forth, but it's not falling out of the sky yet. But you can tell that you're, or not the sky, but the air, and you can tell it's definitely taking some damage from you doing that. Kira, you're back on the ship. So we will skip over you for now. This ideal. He's going to get that warp 13 and get the hell out of here. We're back to the ideal. As you shot at Hallie, this ideal looks towards you. Then you see all the humans raise their weapons as 5 of them fire upon you.
Oh, Jesus.
You will take 2 hits, so you'll take 2 damage.
All right. Ouch.
Booty, we are up to you as you see your friend Hallie was going to join you, and then all of a sudden goes in there to shoot your friend.
I will fire on the eye and then bounce out.
Okay.
That's a hit.
All right, 1 hit.
Yep.
Hallie, we're up to you then, I guess.
All right. I'm firing, and I'm now like I'm like that scene in at the end of I can't think of the movie. Okay, forget. I just shoot. Miss. Miss. Sorry. So I stand there shooting and I miss. Yeah. Okay.
All right. The 5 humans still have their weapons lowered towards you, Hallie, but they see Booty shoot also at the eye. 2 of them are going to redirect and shoot towards you, Booty. 2 of these riflemen or whatever they are. Ooh. Good Lord, both of them hit, so 2 more points of damage.
Oh. I'm down.
Can you do the
right. Booty goes down. 3 of them aim towards you, Hallie.
Booty down.
In 1 hit, so only 1 of the 3 hit you.
Okay. I'm still up.
1 point out. Yep. Booty, we're up to you then. Next, you are down, so make me a regular save, 2d6 to see what happens.
2d6?
Yep.
Unsuccessful.
Success?
No.
Oh, not successful. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh God.
All right, you're still down right now, not unconscious or whatever you are. You're not doing anything. But now we jump to you, Holly.
Okay, I'm gonna go again. Hit. Hit. 2 hits that time. At the eye.
You're still concentrating on the eye, of course, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Starface. That's what I'm thinking of. I just have my rifle. I'm just like. Yeah.
Yeah. Chunks of it start flying out as you see it start levitating back down to the ground, and it seems like it's going down towards the ground, as it seems like there's probably not much of its ideal left. As we jump back to them, the humans, and all 5 of them see Booty go down as they all 5 lower back towards you, Hallie. Man, you may luck out on this. 2. You'll take 2 damage.
Oof. Okay, hold on. Still up because I have 8 hit points. So
all right.
That gives me 3 left.
Booty, you're down on the ground dreaming of thinking whatever you want to do is you make a 1d6 test for me. You're muted, right?
Yeah.
You failed?
I failed.
Tell me what Booty's last thoughts are as her last breaths go out and she passes into whatever the other side brings her then.
She is mourning the fact she sees her teeth, her collection of teeth scatter out before, and she starts counting them and then tries to reach out and grab them, and with her last dying breath just gets to a finger, one of her little fingers on one of the molars, and it just kind of spins out away from her, and she closes her eyes.
Yeah, and your good friend Lieutenant Kiru is, of course, not. You've never heard if he's been beamed up. He's not even thought about beaming you two up, of course. So we go to you, Hallie.
Okay. So I'm just gonna keep shooting me high. Hit. Oh boy, I wish I was rolling a character on that one. I was 17. Hit. 2 hits again with the rifle.
First, tell me how the first hit decimates his eyes. It just explodes everywhere. Then.
Yeah. So I'm just like shooting, and I've been hitting and missing. So like the bullets are like piercing the wall and stuff. And then finally, I bring the rifle around to the center and shoot this thing dead in the eye, and it splats, and then I guess falls.
Yeah, I mean this stuff just bursts out everywhere, all over everybody. And as it does, the humans, of course, they're waiting and wait for you with their rifles. And as soon as this eye dissipates, you see all of them just drop their weapons and start looking at each other like very puzzled, like, what the hell are we doing here? So we are out of combat.
Okay. So I say, stay where you are. And I pick up my communicator, and I'm going to call the ship with my rifle held on them. I say,
before you do that, or in the process of doing that, for just a moment, we jump back a few seconds in space. Lieutenant Kiru, you're landing on a transporter pod up there as Mr. Potty has brought you in, and he looks at you and goes, "Where's the rest of them?"
It seems some sort of a mind-controlling creature has taken over the mines, and they have taken control of all of our away team. I am the sole survivor here. I recommend utter eradication of the entire mining system.
Well, you better go get with the captain and let's get this implemented as soon as we can.
And then he rushes over to Captain Craig. Captain.
Yeah, they tell you the captain is in his quarters, and you go and push the deal on the outside, and you hear her go, "I've got a migraine. What the hell is it?"
Captain Craig, I have a new report. From this away team, we have discovered that some sort of a mind-controlling creature has taken control of the entire mining system. The entirety of the away team has been compromised. All of our team member has turned against me, and they are either slain or under the control of this alien creature. My recommendation, following the Federation of Flame Protocol, is utter eradication of all resistance.
That sounds good to me. Get down to the weapons and stuff. Get everything. I'll be down there in just a minute. I've this crick in my neck. I'm trying to. Lieutenant Sahara's about got it worked out. I'll be down there in just a minute.
As you command, Captain.
If we go back now down to the mining planet, Hallie, you take it from there.
Okay, so I grab my communicator, and I've got the rifle kind of leveled at them, and I say, "Stay put, men. Seems like there's been some problems here." And I pick up my communicator and I call the ship, and I say, "There was a creature on the planet controlling the miners, but it seems to be under control. Although it seems that Lieutenant what the fuck is your name? Kiru may be under the mind control. I cannot locate him right now. Otherwise, all clear."
You hear Mr. Potty answer back. He goes, "Are you ready to beam up then?"
I think we need more security down here to hold the place. I'm not ready to beam up now.
Oh, well, it's going to be a few minutes. I'll have to get with the captain. I think he's in a meeting.
Okay, I take 2 steps backwards. Can I, if I close this door, does it seem like I could lock them in there, or are there more exits out of this room?
There's another door that's further behind them. It's closed. It appears to go on further into some rooms or whatever.
Okay. Well, not wanting to be left down here by myself, I say, you know what? Just 2 to beam up, and I grab my dead companion's body. And I say, make sure there's some scotch waiting for us.
Well, I've always got that.
Mm-hmm.
So the transporter beams you back up. And as soon as you phase back into the transport room there, you see 6 red shirts holding pistols at you, and they go, "It would be best not to resist us. Drop your weapons. You are under arrest by Federation order."
Okay. I put down my weapon. I say, that's fine with me. I start to lower my weapon, and then I shoot them.
Well, on the ship.
Mutiny!
Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot Potty, and then I'm going to run over the transporter and throw the switches and try to get transported back down.
All right, so you're staying on the transporter. We got 6 red shirts there. You're going to shoot Potty first?
I'm going to shoot him, and then I'm going to run over to the machine. You know, they do that sometimes. They throw the switch and they run back and get on it.
Oh, yeah. You can actually, of course, you got 3d6 anyway, your master weapon, but I mean, yeah, go ahead and shoot towards Potty.
Yeah, and I'm on stun, if I can.
All right.
I don't want to kill Potty. That hits with a 5. So if I can do that, and then this is my free action thing. So then I'm going to run over, throw the switch, and get back on the transporter, hopefully. But I don't know if you want to roll initiative to see if that happens or not. How we want to do it.
As soon as you shoot Potty, he stumbles back holding this beautiful aged bottle of scotch. He falls against the deal, and the bottle falls on the ground and just bursts out everywhere. It's probably his most aged bottle of scotch, of course. You run back towards the transporter deal, and as you do, you get on top of it, but let's roll initiative to see what happens.
Okay. Come on now. Oh, this is pretty good. 9.
You beat him. Let me see, though. You can roll it if you want to. Roll 2d6.
Okay. I'm going for it. I got a 4 and a 4, so 8.
Yeah. You start, the transparency of the transporter is taking you back down as it starts to activate. But unfortunately, a couple of them are going to get shots at you as you're doing that. Oh my gosh, they both missed. Perfect. One of them rolled a 1 and 3, and one of them rolled a 2 and a 4.
Okay.
So you were transported back down. I guess the coordinates were still in there. You're transported straight back down to where you just come from.
This is what I'd like to do. I'm going to use my ghost in the machine. I'm kind of using it in an unconventional way because what I want to do is, since I have this AI, I want to have it put a virus into the ship. Remember I was talking about that earlier?
Yeah. Is that a trait, or is that under?
Yeah, I have to roll a disadvantage to succeed. I mean, it's supposed to just give me information, but if you allow it,
yeah, I'm gonna read it real quick too, just to see what.
It's not really for this, but if you allow it, then I want to tell it to release the Kraken.
And what is it exactly you want to do again?
Well, because remember I was talking before about how I was tampering with the ship, so I want to have it release some kind of virus or something to fuck with the ship.
Yeah, we'll say you can. I mean, it doesn't.
I'll try it.
It probably don't really come under that, but shoot, it's a disadvantage. So try
I'm
it.
totally using it without. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I rolled a 2 anyway, so it didn't matter.
All right.
That wasn't able to reach it or whatever. Or couldn't do it.
Yeah, and you see the miners that are still, some of them sitting there dazed and confused and talking amongst themselves, and you hear a few of them. I guess we ought to get back to work, and a couple of them notice you, but it's just like they don't think anything about it at this point.
So I say, is there an escape craft from the planet? I will take the strongest men with me. The Federation is going to kill you.
They stop, a couple of them, look at you, and they go, well, you have to go to talk to Paul Simon.
Paul is dead.
No, not that Paul. He was an asshole. We're talking about the old man that's up at the station up there. You have to go talk to him.
Oh, jeez, with the missing tooth. Okay. Okay.
Oops.
I'm going to go see Paul Simon.
We are jumping back to you for just a moment, Kuru. You are notified of what has happened in the transporter room.
This doesn't look good for me.
The captain, he goes to the bridge to see if the captain's there to make his decision.
Yeah, and the captain's got a big smile on his face, and so does Lieutenant Sahara. She's sitting over at the communications center as you walk in. And the captain goes, "What is it now?"
Here to report the incident at the transporter room.
Don't think I already know about it? I mean, you're going to have to be a little bit faster than that.
Yes, sir. I am here to be available for the annihilation of the surface by the photon torpedoes.
Oh yeah, that's what I told you to do, wasn't it? You know, when you get my age, you forget things. But dude, take it over. I don't want to fool with blowing up another planet. I've blown up 163 in my career. So just whatever. Take control. Have fun. Laugh. Blow up a balloon. Do whatever you want to do. Take care of it.
At your command, sir. He goes up there to his console and takes a seat and looks over to his co-pilot or turns over to the captain.
Mr. Deckoff.
Yeah, Mr. Deckoff. Mr. Deckoff, you have heard from the captain his orders to fire upon the surface. Photon torpedoes ready?
He looks at you and he goes, yeah, he looks at you and he just goes, you know I always do my job. I'm not trying to be in charge of something around here like some of you are.
Well, I am ready then. Captain, your final word.
Is it the red button I push? Is that the right one?
No, sir. I press the button for you when you give the command.
Oh, well, push it. I pushed the red one already, but it didn't do anything. So whatever, push the right one.
He presses the button.
You see the mass destruction taking place as we jump back down to you, Hallie. You've made it back to the compound where you first come in where the old man was. But you see and hear these torpedoes and this mass destruction that you would know what the weapons are coming down from the ship at that moment. So why don't you just go ahead and tell me how the story would end for Hallie at this point?
Okay, so Hallie is going to, thinking that the mining computers are probably, kept, they probably have like a underground like backup system. She's going to, as quickly as she can, she's going to plug into it and try to dump her, basically her mind into the system, hoping that later when they come to recover all the systems from the planet to figure out what happened down here, that she'll be able to still be alive, even though her little robot body will be dead. So she takes time to plug into that. And she says, she looks at Paul Simon and she says, we're going to Graceland. And then she does.
He looks at you with a couple of his teeth missing from the front of his mouth as he gives you a big smile. Lieutenant Kuru, we jump back to you as you've pushed the weapon of mass destruction and you see the planet just explode and starting imploding on itself. You tell me how the story will end for the Kuru.
After this fiasco, he returns to his quarters and he looks around, makes sure that there's no one around. He enters the code to lock his door. And on his console, he turns on his log. It says, recording, incident report. Lieutenant's log, confidential. Stardate 6662. The Captain Crick's conspiracy. It seems that Captain Crick has been working with an alien creature that could affect a man's mind to hoard away the crystals so that he could rebel against the Flame Federation of Flame along with our enemies. He is a traitor, and in order to cover up his evidence, he has chosen to blow up the entire surface of the planet Destitute 727. Or whatever the number was.
Nice.
Yep. And as you enter that, do you send it straight into one of the star bases?
He sends the incident report to I forget what the Star Trek's one
of the admirals, probably one of the admirals of the star base.
The internal investigation guys, and he closes his console and says, "Well, I no longer deserve a red shirt after this. Finally, I will be out of this damn cursed red shirt. Gold shirt, here I come." And that's how he ends.
Now we jump back to my version of how this story will end. We go back down to the planet for just a moment as Hallie has done with this to maybe have any type of self-preservation. And luckily she was able to do that, to have something probably for another day, another story, another life, that she is able to save herself just enough. Of course, Lieutenant Booty, his body is up on the Enterprise and given a proper burial in space for his true work that he committed to helping the Captain Crick. Starbase Internal Affairs gets the deal and takes it to the Admiral at the nearest starbase. He looks at your report, Lieutenant Kiru, and he reads it. 2 days later, you are ordered to take the captain in custody and hold him for court-martial. And you do. And probably, a few more days goes by as you meet with another one of the starships. They take the captain into their deal in custody still. The Admiral comes over to you and he goes, "Fine job. Just a fine job indeed. It's Sergeant Karalihi, is that right?"
Lieutenant Kuru, sir.
Ah, Karui. Yeah, okay. Names are never important, People don't last too long on these starships. That's why you need to become an admiral and get you a starbase, my friend. But you're too young for that. But he starts reaching in his pockets. Oh, I think these will look mighty good on you. As he reaches out and hands you a captain's deal to put on your deal, and he goes, "Starship Dragon is now yours. Do whatever you want with it. Good luck in lasting more than a month, though. Captains on this ship don't last too long." That is how the story will end.
It is a great honor, sir. And then he bows.
Sounds good. Now we'll go to, if anybody wants to, well, first of all, we'll show you we're using Tiny Frontiers Revised again to do a depiction of Star Trek. And the eye that was floating, which Daniel will recognize this, I take in the Twisted Menagerie Manual, a monster book for DCC. And the monster is actually called the Orbis. And I just took it and reskinned it and used it for this game. And that's where all my stuff come from, besides the story is a story of my own that I come up with real quick to do. And if any of y'all would like to, y'all want to leave any feedback while we're still live about the game system itself or what you think of it, or...
Yeah, I thought it was really fun. It's really simple, easy to play. Yeah, I thought it was cool. I'd play again.
Yeah. No, I like it. I think it's pretty smooth, keeps the action flowing. So I really enjoy the tiny stuff. Tiny stuff.
Tiny stuff.
It is funny that it's called Tiny, but the book is 136 pages long.
Yes. I found that a little ironic, too.
Yeah.
I thought that the rules were pretty straightforward with the, pre-assigned HP. So, yeah, I mean, things, the action, the combat system moved pretty quickly, and I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with all. I enjoy the tiny frontiers, the tiny dungeons, and soon to be come out the tiny wastelands. But it's definitely a different system to try, and it's fast and easy. And I think it works best for this farce of Star Trek that we're making. I will use it again to do some more Star Trek with the surviving cast that made it through the night. But yep, I don't have anything else to add. Thank y'all for playing. I'll stop the broadcast and we'll go from there.
All right, thanks, Tony.
Okay, thanks, Tony.
Thanks a lot, Tony.
Space, the final frontier.